guys, it's Fozia. Welcome back to my channel. And before I even say anything, before I even introduce today's video, I want to thank you guys for 500 subscribers. Like, I can't even believe it. I just want to thank you guys so much. I'm so grateful, even though the number might not be very big compared to so many other YouTubers, but anyway guys, for today's video I just wanted to be a bit more informative, especially for my Muslims out there. Ramadan Kareem. By the time you're watching this video, the last 10 days of Ramadan will be just starting, so I thought it would be perfect for me to just give you guys a list of things that will help you to be more productive in the last 10 days of Ramadan. These last 10 days are really important. I just made a few notes in my notebook and I will be reading off of that, so if you see me like looking down, that's why. Before I start the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more Ramadan videos or even just regular content in general. Let's get into it. Let's just begin. My first tip is to make a lot of dhikr. When performing dhikr, you can use a tasbih or prayer beads like this. You can even use the sections of your finger to do dhikr, but for me personally, I really like to use my tasbih. It's just easier and I can just do that. Some phrases you can repeat is SubhānAllāh, Alhamdulillah, Allahu akbar. Now these three are really good to say after every prayer, and some extra ones I'll put them in the description below with like the translations and everything. Dhikr is really important because it allows you to become closer to Allah. Inshallah, you will reap the benefits of doing dhikr. It's easy to do, but you get a lot of rewards out of it, so I think it's a really good act of worship. It's also really important to include istighfar while you're doing your dhikr, and istighfar is basically asking for forgiveness from Allah. I'll put some phrases that you can repeat in the description as well with the translation, just to help you guys out. To reduce digital distractions, this could be your laptop, your phone, whatever it is. Now I'm not saying that you can't use them, but just to reduce how much time you spend on them. For example, let's say you spend 3 hours playing Fortnite on your PS4. You could channel those 3 hours into something more meaningful and more beneficial, because this time of Ramadan is very limited and you just want to make sure you're using your time wisely. But also keep in mind that I'm not saying that everything you do on technology isn't meaningful, because obviously you can use your phone to listen to Mufti Menk lectures, you can use your laptop and research and gain more knowledge on Islam and stuff, so you can also do beneficial things on your technology. My second tip is more of a life hack for Ramadan, and basically, you know, when you're fasting, the day just seems to drag on. A tip for you is to not look at the time. Don't look at the clock. Don't focus on time. So what I like to do is I like to divide the day into prayers. So let's say after Zuhur prayer, I'm like, oh, I only have Asr before, you know, Maghrib, when I can break my fast. So it's just easier. It takes your time off how much time you're spending fasting, because really Ramadan isn't about absence. Wait, what am I saying? This just teaches you not to focus on time too much. With that being said, it's also really important to remember why you're fasting, and remember that Ramadan isn't just about the food. It's not about abstaining from food, but it's also about growing spiritually, trying to become closer to Allah, giving back to your community, feeding the needy, giving charity. So remember that while you're fasting. You can take small naps during the day, but don't spend your whole day sleeping. And on the subject of sleep, it's also important to go to sleep as early as possible. This makes waking up for Fajr prayers and Suhoor way more easier. Another tip for you guys in these last 10 days of Ramadan is to continue to work towards your Ramadan goals. It's never too late to create goals if you don't have any. You can just start with something small and achievable that you know you can complete. Everybody's like standards are different. Make sure they're achievable and realistic. The importance of this is just so that you feel accomplished by the end of Ramadan, so you don't feel demoralized when you don't complete your goals by the end of Ramadan, because this actually happened to me last year. I set a few goals and I ended up not achieving all of them, and I just felt really down by the end of Ramadan. So by setting goals, you feel more accomplished, you feel very at peace with yourself, and you end Ramadan on a good note. With that being said, it's also really wise to manage your time, especially now that we're in quarantine. We have more time on our hands. You should avoid wasting time doing unnecessary activities that you know you could spend that time doing something more meaningful. You can use your spare time to perform acts of ibadah or worship, such as extra sunnah, salah, Quran, dhikr. Not only will you gain the rewards from doing these acts of ibadah, but also you just get to experience Ramadan in its full form. With that being said as well, consistency is key. When you're consistent with your goals, they're easier to accomplish. For example, let's say your goal was to read 4 pages of the Quran after every Salah. Every time you're consistent with that, you feel more motivated and you feel more good with yourself. The importance of this tip is also because Ramadan is the best time to change or improve yourself. And when you're consistent with your goals, you're forming good habits, so they're easier for you to keep up with them during Ramadan and even after. Another big and very important tip for you guys: please control your anger. I find that during Ramadan, it's easier for me to get angry. I was watching a video where they said that when you lash out in anger while you're fasting, you're actually hurting your fasting. Imagine your fast is a man, and every time you lash out in anger, you're bruising that man. It just reduces the rewards and just bruises the quality of your fast. So learn to calm down and relax. When you find yourself in a situation where someone is trying to instigate a fight or trying to argue with you or just trying to get on your nerves, tell them, I am fasting, and you walk away from the situation. A good phrase to say when you're feeling really angry or really infuriated is Alhamdulillah. Connect with the Quran and its verses. If you're lucky enough to understand Arabic, then you're lucky enough to understand what the Quran is saying. A lot of us, especially me, I don't understand Arabic. It's important to know what you're reading and hearing, especially when you're praying. If you don't understand what they're saying, it's easy for your mind to just trail away, and that just diminishes the whole purpose of the Quran, which is to guide. How are you going to be guided if you don't know what you're hearing in the first place? A good thing to do is to just search up your favorite surahs or your favorite dua, just so you know exactly what is being mentioned in the Quran. And this also helps us to focus more in prayers when we know what is being said. Another thing about the Quran is don't read too fast. Quality over quantity. When you just speed through the Quran when you're reading it, don't. Just try to slow down and enjoy the verses. Read them the best that you can. Like, appreciate the words because they carry really meaningful, powerful messages. To give charity when you can, no matter how big or small. Now that we're in quarantine, we can't really go out to give this charity, but charity begins from home. Just do what you can to make sure that you're giving back to your community, no matter how big or small. You know, Allah notices your efforts. Another big important tip is to remember that it is deen over dunya. This world is temporary. We're all going to be here for a short time. We never know when we're going to pass. Prioritize your deen over the materialistic and temporary pleasures of this world, because in the end you're gonna die. So just remember, it's deen over dunya. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to share it with your friends, family, whoever it is. We can all benefit from this video, inshallah. Hope you guys spend your last 10 days well. Hope you guys' this Ramadan has been going really well. This month always goes by really fast, and the real tests begins after Ramadan. With that being said, may Allah SubhānAllāh protect us all and bless all of you, inshallah. Hopefully you guys are able to take 1 or 2 things away from this video. If you have any tips and advice that I may not have mentioned in this video, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Make sure you do that if you have any. Thank you for watching this video. May Allah bless you, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.